caps to the right. Good morning!
Good morning!
Wow. My name is Atul. I will be the sergeant for today's meeting. And before the start of the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules of our meeting. Number 1, please switch off your mobile phone or put it on silent. As a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain talking from the same. Also, please do not do cross talks. As everybody in our life, we have missions. Similarly, as a Toastmaster, collectively, our club has a mission. So I would request everyone to repeat after me the mission of our club. The mission of our club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skill, which in turn foster self-growth and communication skills. With this, I formally announce the start of our 460 Millennium Club Toastmasters meeting, and I would like to invite our presiding officer, Deepanshu. Deepanshu,
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing?
Great.
Let's do the list from here. When I ask you how you're doing, you say better than good and better than most. So how are you doing?
Better than good, better than most.
And then you are. So last week we had our first ever in-person joint meeting, and to be very honest, it was an exhilarating experience. It was we have almost 40 members, guests from Mountain Toastmasters Club. Meeting room was packed. It was filled with love, fun, laughter, and fun, and lots of learning. So the response was so encouraging that the EC has decided that we are going to have another joint meeting on the last week of August. With this, I would like to welcome everyone, all our members and guests, to our meeting number 460. For the benefit of guests, meeting number 460 means that this club is meeting every Sunday for the past 9 years. So it's one of our major accomplishments. Also, a very huge happy Friendship Day to all of you. A little poem about friendship. Friendship means being there just to be there. Friendship means listening and not asking questions. Friendship means lending a shoulder for someone to cry on. Friendship means comfortable around each other in silence. Friendship means being able to tell each other anything and understanding without questions. Friendship means being honest with each other no matter what the cost. Friendship means staying up all night and have nothing to talk about. Friendship means being able to say I love you. Friendship means forgiving each other no matter what you have done. Friendship means me and you. Happy Friendship Day. With this, let's move on to our lovely guest introduction. So, sir, would you like to just a little introduction about yourself?
I was there.
Yeah.
Last week I was there.
But there are new members there, so
I actually.
anything, sir. A little bit about yourself.
I was working at MNC Club to improve my communication skills.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yashvi. I'm currently going to join college next month, and I'm Manisha and I will join this club just to grow the culture and improve my communication.
You are
So, good morning everyone. I'm Manisha, a past member of this esteemed club, and I'm coming back after a while. It's been 2 years, 2.5 years. I didn't think I'll take such a long way, but now I didn't come back. I joined this club, and
My experience has been phenomenal as part of this master community. Has improved, has helped me improve my communication skills, of course, leadership skills, plus a lot of intangible benefits that I found from this experience as part of my career growth as well, career journey. So, really looking forward to come back and work with all.
Thank you. All the guests to our meeting. I hope you like our meeting today. With this, let's move on to our TMOD. Our Toastmaster of the day today is someone who is a member since 2019. He has an MBA in HR and is currently working as an HR manager in a major telecom company. He is a voracious reader. He reads books on psychology, business, self-development, and many more. And today, from his vast pool of knowledge, he's going to share about the fantastic topic, logical fallacies. Logical fallacies are the arguments or statements that sound convincing but are based on faulty logic. For example, all my friends are buying a car, so I must do it. Here to discuss many more examples and types of logical fallacies and ways to spot them, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toastmaster Ashish Lal.
First of all, I would like to appreciate everyone for making today's meeting. It's raining cats and dogs outside, and I think the rain should not dampen your speed. So please have a big round of applause for this. So well, I am the Toastmaster of the day today. I am your host for the meeting. I will be conducting the entire meeting. So before I proceed, I would like to let you know what are the structure of the meeting. So like any other meeting, in this meeting also we have 3 sections. Section 1 will comprise of prepared speeches, wherein speakers who have already prepared their speeches and will be delivering here today. They will be, then there will be a section called table topic speeches, wherein impromptu topics will be given to the speakers whoever is coming here. He has to speak logically and convince the audiences. Section 3rd, which is the evaluation section, which is the main section of the meeting, because in this section we evaluate every speaker from many aspects. So well, there's 3 sections would be there, and then there will be a ballot paper. Google link will be shared with everyone today here in the meeting today, through which they can vote for the members, whosoever is winning the sections which have been mentioned there. Then you can also share the feedback using Google link. The same will be shared with you. So this is how the meeting will go about today. Word of the day, please. Can someone pronounce the word? Gullible or Gullible? Gullible. It's yesterday only I come to know that this is pronounced Gullible. So Gullible means easily persuaded to believe something or overly trusted person. The synonyms are simple, naive, innocent, and childlike. Sentence is, I hardly believe he is so gullible that sailors are able to do him like this. The antonyms are knowledgeable and wise. So I picked this word of the day considering the theme that I have chosen today. Yeah. So who is going to be the
joke master after some time?
So to evaluate the entire section of the meeting, we have general evaluator. I would like to invite TM Harjinder. Please come up and share your
thanks all of you to be here. And so I am today playing the role of general evaluator. So as general evaluator, I need to evaluate the meeting throughout the meeting, overall meeting. And in this role, I am supported by my team of evaluators, speech evaluators. Toastmaster Bhanu is doing speech evaluation, and then a team of grammarian or R counter and timer. So they will be supporting us in improving our R counter, in which we can speak more better, and as well as we need to take care of time also. So we need to evaluate ourselves. So we will get feedback from timer also. And similarly, for grammatical use, we will be having feedback from our grammarian. So now I will request Akam from the day Toastmaster Vivek to recite this.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Good morning. Today I will play role of R counter. As a R counter, I shall take note of Dutch words, well, but, so, you know, sounds like and repeat word like I, which means. In addition to that, I shall also take note of long pauses, which are not part of the necessary words in the sentence. When called upon by general evaluator, I shall read my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Vivek. So now I request our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Tapesh, to give his target for the meeting.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Good morning. Today, being a grammarian, I am all ears to everyone's word usage. Whoever is going to come over there and speak and take note of any kind of awkward or misuse of the language. It includes incomplete sentences, sentences that change direction midstream, or any kind of incorrect grammar. For an example, a singular verb with a plural subject. 1 in 5 children wears glasses, or 1 in 5 children wear glasses. What should be the correct one?
Yes.
Wears. So I'm going to take note of that. In addition to that, I'm also going to take note of any good usages of the sentences for the words. And you have already seen the word of the day is Gullible. It's written over there. And anyone who uses word of the day, everyone is encouraged to show a thumbs up. And I would encourage everybody to use word of the day. At the end of the meeting, when called upon by the general evaluator, I'll be presenting my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster. So now I will request our timer of the day, Toastmaster.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. As a timer, my job is to monitor and record the time for every speaker who comes on stage. So there is a minimum allotted time, there is a time in the middle, and there is a final time. So that is how I am going to record any meeting segment. For example, for prepared speeches, I am going to show green card at 5 minutes, and yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. There is going to be 30 seconds more to go for the speaker. Same as goes with the table topic speaker. So I am going to show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes. And this speaker is going to have 30 seconds more. In the end, I will, as called upon the general calendar, I will present it.
Thanks. So I encourage all of the members present here to participate in the table topic masters also. So everyone should get a voice in the meeting so that member feel better. And also I will again reinforce that we should avoid cross talking while somebody is speaking over here. And with this, I hand over the stage back to
Well, I forgot to mention that the word of the day is very good. I request all the speaker to use this word while speaking. So whenever you are speaking using this word, you will be given thumbs up for your chance. So well, the topic that I have, since the presiding officer has already shared with you that what I am going to talk about in today's theme. So logical fallacy is the topic that I have chosen to discuss with you. I think you have already come across it some before, and you must try to understand what is legal fallacy is all about. So well, I think most of you have heard of some argument or statement that was presented to you as a fact or truth. But after putting some logic to it, you find that it's not sounding true. So there are some arguments that I'm going to share. Right, when I sneezed, the power went off. I must have caused the outage. So how many of you believe in this argument or believe in this conclusion?
Not really this segment, but the one believes that when you are going off to do some work and you sneeze, it's not good extra. It's going to create some problem.
But when we were kids, we used to believe in this fact in this argument. Thank you. Since the student have no questions concerning this topic discussed in the class, the students are ready for the test. So how many of you believe?
This is already a assumption of every and every teacher who has taught us. If you have no questions, then give a test. This is very good.
Similarly, like nowadays calls, so generally we say, do you have any question? It means okay, there is, generally people remain silent. It means like no. That means everything is clear.
Yeah, so collect silence.
And 4 out of 5 doctors recommend heel brand lotion for the patient. It must be the best. How many of you believe in this argument?
That's how we are used to buying the toothpaste, you know.
90%
So these arguments are all are logical fallacies. Why so? Because this statement seems to jump to the conclusion. Why the conclusion? Second, these arguments are based on some evidences, which is very difficult to find out, validate, I would say, and are out of context. Right, so that's the reason you are not able to, you don't believe on these conclusions, and those who believe fall prey of logical fallacies. Just read this statement carefully. All of you. I'll read out this statement. In a study designed by famous academic to test the effect of pleasant imagery on motivation, employees were shown images of baby animals and beautiful nature scenes for their first 5 minutes at work. Amazingly, the results showed a 10% leap in the profit in the first quarter and record earning over the course of a year. These are the arguments. Now I read out the conclusion. So, showing employees pleasant imagery is a great way to increase their motivation and improve productivity. So, how many of you believe in this conclusion? So, rest are not believing in that. You are believing. The rest are not somewhat. Somewhat. So, those believing are become victim of this logical fallacy, and those who are not believing, so I'll share with you how to spot the logical fallacies in the arguments. So these arguments are full of logical fallacies. So there are many logical fallacies, 15, 20 logical fallacies are there that I have come across. But due to paucity of the time, I have picked up 5, which are in use in our daily course of life. So that I'm going to share with you, and I'll also share that how you are going to spot the logical fallacies. Logical fallacies is, I think, if you are able to identify the valid argument from the invalid argument, it means that your critical thinking is working at your best. This identifying logical fallacy means you are a great analytical or critical thinker. So we'll examine 5 that I talked about. So let's move. Just read the argument that's been shown there in the slide. It's picked up from an ad wherein Saurabh Ganguly is claiming that a heart healthy oil that gives you power of immunity, enjoy the benefit of fortune. Rice brand. So how many of you now believe that this is a valid argument?
After deciding what are it?
This is a valid argument. This is being used to for the commercial purpose. Means he's encouraging or pursuing the consumer to buy the product through this argument that is claimed. So the first that I'm going to talk about is appeal to authority. This is one of the logical fallacies or argument from the authority. Just do that. Yeah, please. So what we are doing here is we are relying on expert source to form the basis of this argument. We are not looking at the product, but we are looking at an expert who is claiming that this product is going to make you healthy. So that's the appeal that's coming from the authority, and we are made to think that the product is really healthy one. Saurabh Ganguly undoubtedly is one of the best expert in his field of in cricket, but he is not a source of authority on claiming that this particular oil is going to make you healthy. Fields are altogether different. He is from cricket, but what he is claiming is from something from the health industry or from health point of view. So there are two different things, and because of which we cannot rely on the arguments that he is making. So I will talk about 3 points that will help you to identify how to spot the appeal of authority. First, the authority is an acknowledged expert in the field under consideration. The statement of authority is relevant to the field of expertise. Meaning someone from the someone who is health expert would have made this argument, would have believed, people who would have believed on this to buy this product. So this is about appeal to authority. Anyone like to share anything about appeal? Because most of the ads that you have seen, right, they just use this logical fallacy. So any of you want to share?
Ancient trend,
Manisha?
no. It claims that it prevents bacteria and also like COVID virus.
But any appeal to authority, is there any expert in there who is claiming or making an argument that this
Film star.
appeal stars? The ad that we see is that they use appeal to authority. Hey, Amitabh Bachchan, I have seen coming.
Yeah, Patanjali, like Baba Ramdev's authority.
He is an authority.
He's selling everything.
He's
From
selling-
his authority. From MNC Company.
But in a way, like life insurance as well, isn't that also a logical fallacy? Like that's not a life insurance.
Life insurance, I think, if somebody from the industry, if somebody is very known in the industry from life insurance, making the claim, you would believe more. But if Amitabh Bachchan is selling life insurance, I think he is not having 100% knowledge of the insurance, right? And if he is making the claim that if you buy the life insurance, your whatever will be taken care, right? So it's difficult to believe on such arguments. We believe We believe we buy products based on their arguments. We get influenced. But how to spot them? Because before making any decision, make sure that these 3 points that I am highlighting must be taken care.
Atul, that's the point.
Wrong. So well, I'm reading out the statement. People died of cancer before the cigarette were invented. First person making an argument. Well, then first person again saying that so smoking does not cause cancer. So how many of you believe in this statement or argument? That's true. That's true as well. So well, this kind of fallacy is called induction or confusion of cause and effect. Fallacy of cause and effect.
We ask, what is the, I mean, smoking causes cancer partially, but there can be another reason of cancer. There may be multiple reasons of cancer. This is also true, smoking causes cancer.
And that's fine, but this, I'm just look at the argument, right? Argument, at times you feel that, yeah, he's making the right statement, but the statement is full of logical fallacy called false induction, the cause and effect induction. If you look at the relationship between the two statements, the relationship is not so weak.
Yeah,
Weak relationship between the cause. So this is the same that I'm talking about. Wrongly assume cause and effect relationship. The specific fact or evidence can never absolutely prove that the conclusion is true. So when you identify any cause and effect relationship kind of statement, where some statement was made and then a conclusion is shared with you, then make sure that the strong evidences would be there in the statement. If there is no strong evidences, the conclusion is going to be weak. And last is, don't jump to the conclusion, identify disconnect between the cause and effect. Third is slippery slope. Slippery slope. You take the first small step and that will lead you to make chain of events and it will conclude into something significant, right? A small step and then chain of events. So this is called slippery slope. So slippery slope, as I mentioned, start with minor statement which builds onto a chain of related events and finally ending with a significant consequence. I have taken an example. I am just reading out. If your face is filled with acne, try XYZ cream. You will have glowing skin in a few weeks, and soon you will turn into a chick magnet. And in no time, you will date the most gorgeous woman around you. So just look at the statement, right? This is a chain of events that being mentioned here. Applying cream, remove acne, be chick magnet, then you will date a gorgeous girl. Chain of events. So well, but the conclusion is very far-fetched, right? Applying cream and dating a gorgeous girl. It's a far-fetched conclusion that's being made here. But we fall prey to this fallacy. We buy a lot of products. We have seen a lot of ads there saying that if you use this product, you are going to have these benefits, which is very far-fetched. So how to spot this fallacy, slippery slope fallacy? Avoid long sequence. If you see any long sequence of arguments being made, just take care of it, the cause and effect, the slippery slope, which is the weakest thing. Identify the probability of happening A and B from A, C from B. Identify that probability. Then compare the first and the last statement. Right? The first started that apply that degree and have date gorgeous girl. So first, compare the first and the last statement. You will be able to identify that you are they are misleading you with this argument. Validate each leap and consider probability. So that's how you can track, how can spot slippery slope fallacy. Australia, you have made the switch. Over a million Australian have already tried Oral-B toothpaste. GoPro make the switch today. So what the ad is asking you to do?
Majority of people have done that.
Yeah. They create FOMO, fear of missing out. Right? Why they? This is a fallacy called bandwagon fallacy. Bandwagon is a word come from joining the bandwagon. Is joining a group. So this kind of fallacy is used by for the commercial purposes. It is based on the assumption that something must be true or good if it is in accordance with the opinion of many. So we believe that if something is popular, it is true. It is working. So that's kind of fallacy we get into. And why we believe in this kind of fallacy, the bandwagon fallacy? If everybody is buying iPhone, we believe that I should not miss out. And I should also buy the one.
We all try to cop biases or different biases.
No, why we do so? Because we think group must be better informed than you as an individual.
You believe,
And that's why you speak your mind. Right? You try to be part of that.
So here the organization is trying to give you a trend. This is the trend now.
Train.
but trade also, the trade, the way it is trained, we can misrepresent the actual data.
The idea is to this is used for the commercial purposes, right? The idea is to convince you through these arguments. But if you are intelligent, identify where is the spot. You have to identify why they are selling it. So can you find the other alternatives if you are not going to buy that product? So you have to think in that way, right? You have to take some time to think on it. Don't go for buying instantly. Take a time for a week or a month, and then decide whether to buy it or not. So by doing so, you can ward off this fallacy. The last that I'm going to share is, well, I'm just reading the statement. Pollution from human contributes to the climate change because the teacher is making the remark argument, and one student is saying, so you think humans are indirectly responsible for extreme weather like hurricanes and have caused the drought in the southwest US. So two arguments are there. So what happens in strawman policy is that person A makes an argument from his position, right? What does person in such a manner that there are the version of your argument and his version of argument are the same. Then it's not in such a manner. And what B does is that he attacks with the same version, attacks the position of A with the same distorted version and invalidate his argument. So that's what is happening here also. What he's saying and what the other person is saying is two different versions, but he's distorting and invalidating his argument. So how to save yourself from strawman fallacy? Point out the strawman. If you see that strawman, the other person, it is. If you have seen that in political discourse, generally it's used, or in courtroom, it is kind of the strawman fallacy is used.
So sometimes we make generalization from some situation. If somebody has
It's not generalization. I have said something.
So people is maybe people are invalidating his initial quote by one position, for example. So they are invalidating his so good by different using that for a different situation.
Right. They distort whatever you say. You make an argument, they distort it, and they play it against you.
Yes.
And they will make you invalid whatever statement you are making. Ignore the strawman is the another way you can use. So well, now go to the example. Go to the example. First example. First one, the motivation productivity. So 5 I have shared. First I have shared appeal to authority. Second, I shared. Second, False induction, false cause and effect relation. Third I said slippery slope. Fourth I said mantle. Fifth I said the common fallacy. So now statement once again I'm reading the statement. Just identify the fallacy that's being used here. Right? Can you? So, in a study designed by a famous academic to test the effect of pleasant imagery on motivation, are you able to read?
No.
I am reading. In a study designed by a famous academic to test the effect of pleasant imagery on motivation, employees were shown images of baby animals and beautiful nature scenes for their first 5 minutes at work. First statement. Conclusion. Amazing results showed a 10% leap in profit in the first quarter and record earning over the course of a year. So employees' pleasant imagery is a great way to increase their motivation and improve productivity. Identify the fallacy here.
False connection.
False.
Starting with some other statement and repeat with this.
Is appeal to authority is there?
No.
Is there in the first statement. Famous academic. So what we are thinking is that there have been a lot of research to make this claim. Right? So famous academic is the appeal to authority. If I had put a name there, it would have very strong effect. Any name.
I have a fallacy to propose and want to have everyone's opinion. So I'm taking a name. DTM Rupender says that after attending a Toastmaster meeting, his productivity increases for the entire day. So more and more people should join Toastmasters. Is there a fallacy? It's a fallacy. But isn't that? And if I say change it, like a Toastmaster Ganesh says it,
Why is a fallacy? And I'm going to revert you. He's an expert, the authority on this field. Remarks simply put that if you for joining the club, attending the club, you become a good speaker. But a lot of things is required to become a good speaker. Only attending the Toastmaster will not make a good speaker unless and until you are working hard at home or whatever you're learning utilizing outside or within the club. So
in that case, we can intervene now, but many people who don't know, we can.
even also is those who are not doing it will not find this claim logical.
But you know that he is a well-known speaker, he is one of the world champions.
I was considering from the point of view, you say like if an expert is saying, then it is to be believed. If the expert is not saying, then of course it's a fallacy.
You have to take care of the other aspect also. Other aspect also, right? In this claim, why we are believing this statement? Because we see that since he is an academic, so he has done a lot of research. Right? Have I written HBR, Harvard Business Review? In Harvard, some case was done. Same, I have mentioned in HBR professor have done this. You would have believed it more. And second, identify the second. Amazing results, so 10% leap in profit, first quarter, record earning over the course of a year. And cause and effect. There is a big link between the cause and effect in the second step because productivity can increase, cannot increase by merely showing the pictures, right? There are a lot many aspects will come into play to increase the productivity. So the link is very weak. So you cannot believe in this statement. In the third statement also, motivation, increase productivity. So by if you show them the imagery, their motivation will increase. This is not the fact, only fact. There are other things also has to come into picture to boost the motivation. So these two fallacies are being played here and making this statement invalid. So that's from my side. I think I am learning it. I am not an expert of this topic. I have learned and I have thought that what many mistakes I have done in the past. I'm still beginning and I believe in something and I'm not analyzing what is being said. So you can use it and you will find it's very useful while making this choice. Well, let's move to the next section, prepared speeches. This TMOD feedback is there at the end. At the end.
No.
1 minute. Okay.
So for the guests, you stand up.
The length is same. Whatever it was finished.
Now we are getting into the section 1 of the meeting, which is prepared speeches, and I'd like to invite the first speaker. First speaker is we'll invite the second speaker. Since first speaker is not there now, so I'd like to invite TM Jitendra. Brief introduction about him. He joined Toastmasters. He rejoined actually. He rejoined in January 2022. By qualification, he is an MTech from BITS Pilani, and his hobbies are finance and technology. He is working with IBM as an advisory software engineer, and the topic that he has chosen today to deliver a speech on is cultural identities. His path is SRM, his strategic relationship 2.2, and his evaluator is TM Bhanu. I would request TM Bhanu to please read out the speech objective.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today, Toastmaster Jitendra is delivering a speech on understanding cultural identities. So, his objective today is to identify this cultural identity and stereotypes that impact others' perceptions of the business.
Cultural identities in Jitendra is
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
Today I am going to talk about two things. One is cultural identities, and second one is associated stereotypes with our cultural identities. Can anyone tell me what are the cultural identities we always carry with us?
The way we speak, the way we dress,
Right.
the way we pose the whole.
Yeah, so almost all are correct. So let me. I am an Indian, a software engineer by Hindi as a mother tongue, my primary language. Follow Hinduism as a religious practices. Belong to Rajasthani Marwadi Agarwal family, and a married man who like to wear a very comfortable attire, sometimes like the pajama. So if you see, our cultural identities are the summation of our nationality, family background, profession, occupation, religion, language, ethnicity, race. Even we can extend by hobbies and sports interest. But I am sure you all have faced some kind of stereotypes against your cultural identities. Same happened to me as well. So let me give you, let me share some of the examples which I faced in my life. Till my college time, I was in Rajasthan, and I saw like people have some kind of thoughts or some kind of stereotypes against Baniyas or Agarwal people. They think all Baniyas are minors, but this is not true. See, Tapesh will also agree on that stereotype, but this is a stereotype. If I talk about in my family, no one is money. No one even think about money. Everyone has their own different lifestyle. And if I talk about my wife, as she is not here, she is at another level. Sometimes the conditions are like, Amati earning kharcha rupiya. Means earnings are less, expenses are more. If I compare myself to her, I always look like myself. Jokes apart, but this kind of stereotypes you have seen in our society. Another example with my another identity, another cultural identity are when I started my career from Karnataka. Karnataka is a southern state in India, and they don't know much about North Indian states or North Indian culture. So everybody asks me like, where are you from? This is a very generous and general question, and I always reply like, I am a Rajasthani. I belong to Rajasthan. And their prompt question after that is, are you married? And I am like, what? I was just 22 or 23 at that time. But they asked me this question. So they repeat their question and ask, are you married? As we heard like child marriages are pretty common in Rajasthan. We have studied in our books. So that kind of a stereotype I have faced when I started my career. Some other examples about stereotypes are based on gender. Men should be older than women in marriages. Men should earn more than women. Against women, like women can't be like men. Women can't work like men. Women even should not work like men. You can hear such kind of a statement in our societies. So all these are different kind of stereotypes. But what we can do against them? This is our fault. This is not our fault. And we can't even stop to introduce ourselves. Sources can be television, newspaper, books, or even books too. And, even people like we are talking to each other, it can introduce in our mind like that. Next question is, what is the solution against that? We can't stop that, but we can react to that. We can improve our consciousness. So my pathway is strategic relationship. That's why this topic was there to fulfill, to understand the cultural identities and the stereotypes. Because it impacts your relationship. It impacts your relationship with in your business, with your colleague, with your friends, or any experiences in your life. In the end, I just wanted to end by saying like, don't live up to your stereotypes. Thank you.
Getting back to speech. So 1 minute of silence for the feedback. Timer, please let me know when the 1 minute is over. We'll have another speaker. I think only one. Now, I'd like to move to the next section. We had 3 speeches, but we had 1 speech only today. Now we'll move to another section, which is table topic section. And to take care of this section, I would like to invite our table topic master, who is rather than our current vice president of education. I'd like to he joined in February 2022. Qualification, he has CA, CS and CWA, all CS, C's there with him. And is currently working with Minda Group as a head operations plant head. And his hobbies are reading books, learning new technologies and traveling.
Thank you. Good morning, dear guest and fellow Toastmaster.
Good morning.
In the morning, I received one message. It's very good, and it almost gave me nostalgia. It was like friendship is not about I'm sorry. It's about Sari Gali Teri Hai. With this, I wish you happy Friendship Day. I must acknowledge and grateful for MCTC for providing me and introducing me such a good friend. Today I have been given 14 minutes vanity education. I will consume about 2-3 minutes and remaining time we will use for 5 to 6 impromptu speech. For today's session, let us assume that government has come up with some new ministries, and this time the government is willing to appoint the head of those ministries from our MCTC club. So how does this sound?
Exciting.
How does it sound?
Exciting. Wonderful.
Let's further assume that all of you are eligible to be a minister. And all of you are eligible to be minister and have been nominated for this various ministries. However, before final decision, the selection committee would like to hear from the nominated candidates why you have to be given this chance. So accordingly, in today's table topic session, you have to deliver a 2-minute pitch highlighting your agenda for the given position. For the benefit of guests, please note 3 things. First, please avoid speaking about gender, religion, and politics. Though we have a topic, you have to speak as a minister or pitching your minister, but you have to avoid speaking about politics. Second, as far as possible, use ODIO approach. In ODIO, O stands for opinion, R stands for reason, E stands for explanation, and again O stands for opinion. And third, let's come up with a good pitch so that we all jointly appoint you as a minister. So are you ready for that?
Yes.
Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, so first I will invite the members who have not taken up any note, and then I will invite our guests. So first I would like to invite, whosoever wants to come, who has not taken any role. So we have 2 members, let's start with Ganesh. So dear Ganesh, you have to deliver a speech or pitch for Ministry of Friendship.
Thank you, table topic master. So I have to.
You have to pitch for the head of Ministry of Friendship.
I am pitching to whom,
What's
okay.
Why should you?
Hello, my dear Toastmasters friends and CTC friends. I am pitching for the post of Minister of Friendship. And on this day, today, which is a Friendship Day, I would like to nominate myself as a Minister of Friendship because we know that in MCTC we have got a close bond. The bond, whenever we need any help, we reach to each other. This bond helps us to take care of our emotions, whether we are on happy mood, whether we are on sad mood, whether we are on emotional mood. So what I have learned from this Toastmaster is how, if we need any help, how we can take help from the friends. Similarly, I would like to extend this help to the entire country so that we make different kind of units or different kind of clubs in all over the world, a country where people can go, can meet with the different people, with the similar-like-minded people, and discuss what problem they are having, discuss what solution they need, so that entire country live as a friend without having any bad caste system, religion system, and all, so that we make this place a happy place to live. With that, over to you.
Now I would just invite TM Abhishek. TM Abhishek, you have to pitch for the position of head of Ministry of Cooking.
Okay. So if I look at the today environment, in the food. So today people are more basically looking at the healthy side of the answer. Be more fit, be more healthy. Because if you are more healthy, you can have a lot of energy to do good for the country. And instantly happen when you have a when you look at the food you are getting on, it should be more organic. So we have to focus on the organic farming in the upcoming future. So if I come as a Ministry of Cooking, then I focus how we generate the organic farming in the country. Because organic farming, because you do not get the like in the regular food that we are taking on a daily basis, have a lot of pesticides and a lot of chemical are mixed on usually. So I will focus on the organic farming, try to push the organic farming to reach this more and more, and to various channels I will utilize my skill to push the next generation to focus on this sector, and along with this I focus on the voice, edible source. These are mainly exported from Indonesia and other countries. I will focus how we can reduce the price of the oil from 200 level to the 150 or 125, so that the basic population, the middle class and the lower middle class can utilize, can start using the oil for their families, for their future generation. Along with this, I will also focus on the gas, like to make the gas available for the lower middle class people. Because if I go to the village or rural side of the country, then I look at the people are still firing using the wood and the coal to cook the food. So my focus is to bring that middle class to use LPG gas for living their daily life. That's all.
Okay, so now we've done some to guests. So guests, please, who wants to volunteer? Please, yeah, come down. I have a beautiful ministry for you. Please come. So yes, you have to give us a pitch to become a head of Ministry of Dancing.
Fellow Toastmasters, I would like to give a pitch to become Minister of Dancing. So, for background, I have learned Kathak for 10 years and I have done my senior diploma in that from Prayag Institute. So, from experience, I can say that dancing is a very good exercise and it is something that you enjoy. And after that, you don't feel like you're exhausted, or even if you're tired, you're refreshed. So, since we all have, we are all stressed in our lives, we have so much work to do and we don't have time for any hobbies, I suggest that everybody should, have a dancing session for half an hour, just by yourself, even if you are shy. And, just shut your room, play some music and dance by yourself. So, I think I would like to propose that. And that way we can be healthy and happy. Thank you.
It seems to most of us, it seems out of us, she is the most qualified dancer. And yes, so next, please. so you have to deliver a speech or give a pitch for a Ministry of Parents.
Ministry of Parents.
Yes.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed members of the jury who are going to judge whether I'm qualified enough to be a member of the Ministry of Parent and Heading. I can see many of you are gullible, so let me make my pitch. Okay, I'm very much qualified to be head of the Ministry of Parent. And why? Because I'm a parent myself. And senior parent, my daughter is here, you would have seen her. She has just completed school. Apart from academics, she has done she has her experiences, she has taken experiences in various other co-curricular and extracurricular activities. I also know the importance of health, well-being, and other aspects of parenting, so providing a good environment for your child to flourish. I am a parent, I have been a parent for the last, I won't be it's 25 years. So I have been a senior parent, and I can see I'm almost the most qualified person here for this post. So please accept my nomination, please make your representative, and I will make sure that together we make all our children happy and stress-free in this stressful world. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir, please. Okay, sir. So you have to deliver a pitch to the Minister of Minister of Siblings.
Siblings, okay. So, good morning, Toastmasters. So, good morning. Yeah. So, in any kind of ministry, it's durable kind of thing to prove yourself. So when people are start saying anything to you, you should go have some facts. So as a sibling ministry, you should believe on me that I will provide an environment where there will not be any difference in any siblings. So there will not be any gender bifurcation. Okay. So every girl child and boy child will have the similarity in all culture. So thank you.
Yes, to anyone else? Yeah, please, sir. Yes, okay, so you have to deliver a pitch for the head position of Ministry of Public Speaking.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Public speaking. Public speaking is in India. Many of the people are not good to know the English. They have communication barriers, or they can't face the public. If I will be chosen as Minister of Public Speaking, I will start free classes on public speaking every Sunday, and every Indian will be given the 3 months training on public speaking, free of charge, and I will make every Indian a public speaker. So, and from India, everyone will go to outside India, in foreign countries, to give the speech. I will give the chance them to speak in foreign countries, deliver speeches, and win the prizes. And also make public speaking as a contest in Olympic. So, and we'll send from India our contestants to participate in Olympic, and they can win the gold for India. So I'll promote public speaking. So please vote for me as a Minister of Public Speaking. Thank you.
So we have only last ministry left.
What should we do? You can think about other ministries.
Yeah, so I have to invite question from the committee. So yes, you have to pitch for the ministry, head of the minister, for the Ministry of Holidays and Vacation. Because we are so lonely, we are so busy that so we have to start.
Holiday and vacation.
Yes.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. How do you think about holiday and vacation?
Yay!
Are you excited?
Yes.
Great. So holiday and vacation, it is good for individual, but also good for our ministry, government and economy. Let us go into deep. Almost 100 years back, apart from individual work and culture, individual work and some occupation in field and other things, people started going to other places, not just for vacation, but mixing to other culture. And this promoted vacation, and then we learned a different culture. We learned a different kind of setup, different kind of technology, different kind of environment, and we started improving. Coming to the current scenario, if we go on vacation, we feel connected with our family, we spend time together, which generally in times of so much fast world, we don't communicate to each other. We are busy with our latest gadgets on social media. So vacation is good for your well-being. Apart from that vacation, you spend, and when you spend, also you try to earn money, right? So it's a two-way benefit to the economy. And wherever you go, you help local communities. So definitely I'll make a conducive environment throughout the country, so people freely go on vacation, they enjoy, they improve their fitness level, they enjoy their spiritual fitness, mental fitness, and it helps economy. So I hope I'll bring a lot of new initiative and you will vote for me. I hope. Thank you.
Anyone else? Prize? Do we have time?
Bhanu? Yeah. A lot of time.
Yeah, please. So we have last ministry which I recently formed.
You have to explain it out.
Ministry for bosses. Please.
Good morning, President sir, fellow ministers, boss. A word or a person we do not want in our life. So being a minister, I would have that authority to actually disregard this post altogether. How do you feel?
We should be getting salary on time.
You should be getting
Salary on time.
salary on time. That will be done.
We should have work-life balance.
Work-life balance. It will be done.
We should not have boss at all.
That will be taken care of. No bosses at all. So on-time salary or probably double the salary because you won't have the bosses. And vacations, like 3 days a week. That's what I would propose, because you'll be more efficient. Because you know what bosses do. You all know. Asking for the brief all the time. What you have done, you repeat it. So once the bosses are not in your life, your efficiency would improve. You go on vacations, you can spend time cooking, you can spend time in your fitness. So if you nominate and vote for me, you will have all those benefits. Thank you.
So you must acknowledge and accept that when it comes to friends, we all are bullyable, right? So I would like to end my session with a small quote. Friends are those family which we choose. Thank you.
Big round of applause for that table topic master for coming up with such a creative topic and encouraging everyone to speak for more than 2 minutes. So with this, now we would like to get into our third section of the meeting, which is the evaluation section. And to conduct this section, I would like to invite our general evaluator, TM Harjinder.
Thanks, Toastmasters Ashish Lal. So now I will. So we are meeting. First section was the great speeches, and thanks to good theme by Toastmasters Ashish Lal on logical fallacies. And then we had interesting Toastmasters session from the development section from Ankur. Now I will request on evaluator of the day. This is Toastmaster Bhanu to give feedback on Jitendra's speech.
Ever since the evolution of humans, we all humans are labeled or stereotyped for something, whether it's a country, race, religion, caste, many other things. So it was a great speech by Toastmaster Jitendra to bring forth some of the stereotypes and the perception of people about him. So he started very well by asking questions about cultural identities. So he immediately tried to bring audience into his speech, that audience can grow up and pay attention to him. Next thing, he spoke about different cultural identities. What are the different cultural identities with which a person can be associated with? Next, he spoke about some of the cultural identities or stereotypes he is associated with, whether he is Rajasthani, Indian, with his caste, Agarwal, Marwadi, Baniya, husband, and other things. And he also shares a couple of his experiences, what people perceive of him. The first one is that people perceive him as a miser because of his caste. And also, but he said that he is totally different of that. Also about his wife, who is also from the same caste, and she doesn't say anything. So he tried to put some humor there. So that was good because we always need some kind of humor relief when we are going through such a serious subject. Again, he gave another example when he traveled to the other side of the Vindhya, to Karnataka, where how people perceive people from Rajasthan. Like, oh, he must be married. So that was a great example of stereotyping. Again, we also have some stereotypes about people in the south. All in all, it was great speech, giving good examples of stereotypes. However, it would have been a greater speech if you could have met some of these points. First of all, his end of the speech was quite hurried and abrupt. I was expecting some more ideas to come and some solutions to come about this situation. But he even said about that, okay, what can we do about it? But he didn't elaborate much about those things, that how we can change the stereotypes of people. Which, however, is very difficult. It takes a long time to change the perception of people about the stereotypes. But some ideas should have come forward. Next was, he could have worked more on his vocal variety. Now when he was giving examples that people say, so he could have incorporated a small role play. Hey Jitendra, are you from Rajasthan? You are Marwadi, Baniya. Oh, you must be miser. You don't spend money. Or when the Karnataka people asking, oh, you must be married, because all people in Rajasthan get married at the childhood. So this kind of role play could have made his speech more interesting. Overall, it was a good speech with great pace and great structure. However, could have been better with vocal variety, good ending, and more ideas about how to handle the stereotypes. Over to Jitendra.
Thanks, Toastmasters Bhanu, for such a good evaluation, and we will see us also for the speech evaluations. Thanks, Toastmasters Bhanu. So now I will call upon our grammarian of the day to get this report.
Good afternoon once again. So I'll start with the starting Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster. I did not notice any errors as such. Presiding officer Toastmaster Deepanshu used the word Fallacies, good usage of the word. TMOD Ashish used raining cats and dogs, so that was really good usage. G Harjinder, no awkward usage or no incorrection. TMOD Ashish, the topic that I have says the, so there was like incomplete sentence that could have been better. Based on evidences, which is very difficult, which are very difficult. Slipping, slope, start with, should be starts with. Good usages were logical fallacies. Speaker one, Jitendra, you all must have faced some kind of, you all have faced, yeah, I think there is, I didn't notice the complete sentence. But some good usages were conscious, stereotypes, cultural identity. Toastmaster Ankur, almost gave me nostalgic. Should be almost gave me nostalgic feeling. And friends are those family which we choose. I feel it could be friends are another family that we choose. Toastmaster Ganesh didn't find any errors, and throughout through all the speakers table topics, we didn't find much of the errors. Like Toastmaster Abhishek and correction. Regular food that we are intaking, so regular food that we consume. And good usages were exhausted and refreshed. And there was one sentence, I'll give the chance them, I'll give the chance to them. And then evaluator, Toastmaster Bhanu. Some good usages were labeled, stereotype, bring forth perception. And one incorrection that would be better, like if he could have met some of these points, I think it could be better if he could have incorporated some of these points. The word of the day, Gullible, was used thrice, was used by guest Manisha, used by Toastmaster Ankur, and it was used by guest Ashwin.
Thanks to Tapesh for the report. So now I would request our Toastmaster Vivekananda.
Thank you, generally evaluated. So today, all members and guests were not available in using counter. So Deepanshu, President, almost flawless. TMOD Ashish, he was almost flawless, except 3 times he used so. Toastmaster Harjinder, he used 2 times so and 2 times are. Toastmaster Jitendra in your speech, he used 1 time so and 1 time so. Toastmaster Ankur Ganesh, almost flawless. Toastmaster Abhishek, 1 time so and 1 time yaha. Guest Manisha, guest first. This is the name I first. So he used so 3 times and up 1 time. Then I'm Manisha, you were flawless. No so, no each word. Guest Ashwin. You used so 4 times and up and 2 times. Toastmaster Atul, while tabletop topic, so 2 times, no other French word. The rest of the Toastmaster like the base, Toastmaster Bhanu, flawless. Thank you, this is right.
Thanks, Toastmaster. So now I will call upon our timer of the day, Toastmaster Deepanshu.
What if I give you all $4 1440 every day. And you have 24 hours to spend it. You can't save it, you have to spend it all. And the way you spend your 1440 will determine how your life is going. Well, that's how happens. This is what happens in our everyday life. We all get 1440 minutes every day. And the way we spend it determines how successful we are going. And a person who doesn't regards time makes him gullible. That's what it is. So for my detailed timers report, essay, we started the meeting on 10:45. We had some glitches because of the rain, so we started 15 minutes late. And our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashish, has a allotted time of 20 minutes, and he took 25 minutes. Speaker one, Toastmaster Jitendra took 5 minutes 20 seconds against allotted time of 7 minutes. Our table topic master Ankur took 3 minutes to explain all the roles. Coming to our table topic speakers, Toastmaster Ganesh took 55 seconds against the allotted time of 2 minutes. Toastmaster Abhishek took 1 minute and 58 seconds. Guest Yashvi took 1 minute and 8 seconds. Guest Manisha took 1 minute and 36 seconds. Guest Ashwin took 57 seconds. Atul took 1 minute and 30 seconds. Tapesh took 1 minute and 20 seconds. And Vivekananda took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Our general evaluator took initially 5 minutes to explain all the general evaluator role, and he will take his time, so he has taken around 5 minutes till now. Toastmaster Bhanu in his evaluation took 3 minutes and 27 seconds against the allotted time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Guest Grammarian Tapesh took 2 minutes and 41 seconds against the allotted time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and our counter Vivek took 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's it.
Thanks, Ashwin, Deepanshu. So now I will give my final report that evaluation section, Ashwin Bhanu used very well CRC, and then coming on to the table topic section. So table topic master described that we can use Oreo, but his theme was today. The theme was that why some candidate is suitable for such a ministry. So he could have outlined the general table topic section speech, so that people could have made more better speech, table topic speech over there. Like he could have outlined that why me, what is my qualification, and he is suitable for it, and he could have way that people should use past experience also. So although some speaker used, so my thanks was from Vivek, and I think Yashvi also told examples, experiences that was good. And then because of weather condition, we could not start meeting on the time, but it happens. Very good that in such a difficult situation also, certain people are there and all that also fail. That is also very good. Now I will call upon our presiding officer of the day to further conclude.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how did you like today's meeting?
Very.
We had challenges today because we had rain, we had some movement, background and tail movement. Actually, today we planned a very good meeting. We had almost 10 guests planned today, but since it was raining heavily, we couldn't manage it. But I'm so happy that we were able to have our full meeting, and it was filled with learning. I learned about logic and fallacies. I've heard it before, but I have never known it in such detail and how common it is in our everyday lives. The speech, being a Mania, I can completely synergize with Jitendra sir. And of course, sir, topics were today were making one of the most unique I have ever heard today. And general evaluator and evaluation is MPTC's USP, that is always the best. So I hope you have all listened attentively, right? Can you have a quick test about it? So, what was the image shown to the employees? Another example Toastmaster Ashish gave to increase the productivity of the employees. Anyone remember?
Animal society.
Yeah, fantastic. And what are the 5 fallacies? Number 1 was? Second? Third? Slippery slope. Fourth it was? And fifth was? That's great. And Jitendra went to which state? When he was in Karnataka, Bangalore. Nice. And what was the ministry given to Toastmaster Ganesh?
Ministry of Friendship.
Yeah. And Toastmaster Tapesh?
Boss.
And guest Yashvi? What was the ministry?
Ministry of dancing.
And guest Manisha?
Ministry of Parenting.
And what was the ministry given to guest Ashwin?
Ministry of Science.
Yeah, that's so great. So with this, I will request you all to please vote. The voting link has been shared on the WhatsApp group. For the guests, can the members please help them with the QR code?
I think my name is Mrs. Pride, ATU. My name is Mrs. Pride.
Okay, yeah. Abhishek?
ATU.
So while we have our voting and Atul is making the certificates, let's move on to our guest feedback for today. So ma'am, how did you like our meeting?
Yeah, it was great. It's been me and everything. I learned a lot today about possible fallacies.
Thank you. How did you like the meeting? Has it changed?
I think say that serious. I hope I have lot of people here who are good and good. So it was great to hear. Nice.
Ashwin, yeah.
Everyone's putting the overall session was not good. I learned all the fallacies which are how to everyone, but we are not seeing that much there. So now we depend on how we identify which kind of fallacies. So learning was very good, and second was what ministry types we define so people can think differently and how we can evaluate more ministry and work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. For all the guests, please reach out to Ganesh and Ankur for any queries about Toastmasters and membership. And Abhishek, do we have the results? Okay. So one more major announcement. Since next week is a long weekend, most of us are going. Most of the members are traveling. So what we have decided in the EC is that we are going to release a form to know how many people are coming next week, and depending on the attendance, we are going to plan a meeting for the next week.
Once you have a planning, we have to do by
30 minutes moment, yeah. So we have to do it before September 30th. Yeah. Before Reedam.
for getting those awards.
I'll cross check and check. Yeah. Cross check. If it's
Because in office, our office lab you did
okay. I'll check.
I think we should aim for all the awards.
Yeah.
And this numbers are just because of get time.
Yeah. So the results are with me. Let's move on to the awards that have almost zero competition today. Best evaluator. The best evaluator. Any guesses? Toastmaster Bhanu.
I think today I'm lucky because other two will be little beautiful.
Evaluation was really great.
No, but other two evaluators didn't have speakers. So.
Coming to our next award, Best Speaker.
Yes. Only students in the class? Yeah.
Sometimes to win, you have to just be there.
So now we have some competition and fairly good competition. So best auxiliary role there. We have Grammarian Toastmaster Tapesh, we have accountant Toastmaster Vivek, and timer Toastmaster Deepanshu. Who do you think has
All three.
Yeah, so it goes to Toastmaster Tapesh. Next we have best role play. So we have Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashish Lal, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Harjinder, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Ankur, and Joke Master. So who do you think?
Ashish Lal.
Mr. A. It should go to Mr. A.
Ashish Lal.
Yes, it goes to Mr. A. Next goes the most anticipated award, the best table topic speaker. Tough competition, really.
Manisha ma'am or Toastmaster Vivekananda?
Yashvi.
With so many names, only one is going to win Toastmaster Vivek.
Yes, Yashvi has also speaker.
Yeah.
No, Manisha man.
Yeah, obviously they were better.
Everybody was good.
She's new.
I was not expecting.
When is there a party?
With this, we officially conclude our meeting for today. And we. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Toastmaster Ganesh.